Have you ever wondered where your morning coffee truly comes from? Not just the place you buy it, but the real story behind every bean. The journey it takes before it ever reaches your cup. It's easy to think of coffee as just a product on a shelf, sealed in a bag, ready to brew. But its true origin is far more fascinating and deeply rooted in tradition. My journey took me deep into the Sidama highlands of Ethiopia, a place where rolling green hills meet the sky and coffee trees dot the landscape like jewels. Here, the birthplace of coffee, every sunrise brings a new story. The air is crisp, scented with flowers and rich earth, and everywhere you look, coffee is part of life. The land itself seems to breathe coffee, with every breeze carrying its promise. These aren't just farms, they're gardens, lovingly tended by the Sidama people. Generations work side by side, passing down knowledge and care, treating each plant as a living legacy. Children wave as you pass, and there's a sense of joy and connection in the air. Laughter echoes through the hills, and every greeting feels like an invitation to belong. Life here moves to the rhythm of the sun and seasons, far from the rush of modern life. Time slows down, allowing you to notice the beauty in every moment, every gesture. Connection to the land and each other is everything. Community is woven into daily life, and every task is shared, every harvest celebrated together. I came to experience the legendary Ethiopian coffee ceremony, a tradition that's about much more than just a drink. It's a ritual of hospitality, patience, and respect, where every step is meaningful. I wanted to understand why sharing coffee means so much here. It's not just about taste. It's about togetherness, about honoring the journey from seed to cup. Little did I know, I was about to be welcomed into a ritual that would forever change how I see coffee and connection. In Sidama, coffee is more than a drink. It's a bridge between people, a celebration of life itself. What makes Ethiopian coffee so special? It's the birthplace of coffee. Every bean in the world traces its roots here. Coffee in Ethiopia is grown by smallholder farmers, often in their own backyards, using methods passed down for generations. These heirloom varieties thrive in rich volcanic soil and high altitudes, producing beans with unmatched complexity. The flavors are vibrant: citrus, berries, jasmine, even a hint of tea. Each cup is a sensory experience, not just a caffeine fix. But the real magic is the culture. Coffee here is about community, respect, and friendship. Preparing and sharing it is a ritual that brings people together and slows life down. It's not just a drink, it's a taste of home, history, and connection. In Ethiopia, coffee is a symbol of hospitality and togetherness. That's what makes every sip unforgettable. I was invited into a local family's home for a traditional coffee ceremony, Buna. Preparation was deliberate and beautiful. Fresh grasses and flowers spread on the floor, symbolizing nature and abundance. The air filled with the scent of frankincense, signaling it was time to be present. The tools, jabina pot, tiny cups, roasting pan, were laid out with care, each with its own purpose. The atmosphere was one of quiet anticipation and respect. As guests, we simply watched and appreciated, feeling honored by the ritual. Even before the first sip, I felt part of something special. This ceremony was about more than coffee. It was about being welcomed into the heart of Ethiopian culture. The senses, sight, smell, sound, were all engaged, creating a moment of pure connection. I couldn't wait to see what would happen next. The ceremony's heart began with green unroasted beans washed and roasted over charcoal. The sound of beans popping filled the room, and the aroma was intoxicating, rich, nutty, smoky. Our hostess walked the pan around, sharing the scent with each guest. A blessing of aroma. Next came the grinding beans crushed by hand in a wooden mortar, the rhythmic thud grounding everyone in the moment. No shortcuts, just patience and care. The grounds were spooned into the jabina water added, and set over the coals to brew. Watching the transformation from green bean to fragrant powder was mesmerizing. Every step was done with intention and love. This wasn't just making coffee. It was honoring a story and a tradition. The ritual made me appreciate every cup in a new way. Soon, it was time to taste the result. The jabina simmered on the coals, anticipation building as the rich foam rose. The aroma of freshly roasted beans filled the air, mingling with the warmth of the fire and the gentle hum of conversation. It was a moment suspended in time, where every sense was awakened and every detail mattered. Our hostess poured the coffee in a graceful stream into tiny cups, each filled to the brim, a symbol of generosity. The act itself was almost ceremonial, her steady hand and careful attention reflecting years of tradition passed down through generations. The first round, called abol, was strong and bold, yet smooth and naturally sweet. Its deep, inviting color promised a flavor as rich as the culture that created it. I took a sip, complex, earthy, with a hint of smoke. The taste lingered, revealing subtle notes of florals and spice, a testament to the unique Sidama soil and careful roasting. The best coffee I'd ever tasted. It was more than a drink, it was an experience, a connection to the land and the people who nurtured it. We sat together, savoring the moment and the flavor, no rush, just conversation and connection. Laughter and stories flowed as freely as the coffee, weaving us into the fabric of this ancient ritual. After the first cup, more water was added for the second round, toner, milder but still delicious. Each round brought a new layer of flavor and a deepening sense of togetherness. A third round, baraka, followed, weakest but considered a blessing and a final act of sharing. This last cup was cherished, a gentle reminder of gratitude and unity. Each cup told a story, deepening the sense of community. The simple act of sharing coffee became a language of its own, understood by all present. The ceremony was about more than taste. It was about togetherness. It was about honoring heritage, showing respect, and building bonds that last beyond the final sip. Every pour, every sip was a celebration of life and friendship. In that room, we were all equals, united by the simple pleasure of sharing something special. I realized coffee here is a bridge between people. It brings strangers together, turns friends into family, and transforms an ordinary day into a cherished memory. The ritual left a lasting impression on my heart. I carried its warmth and meaning with me, long after the final cup was empty. This was coffee as it was meant to be, an invitation to slow down, to connect, and to savor not just the drink, but the company and the culture that make it truly unforgettable. As we sipped the rich, aromatic coffee, the room seemed to come alive with laughter and animated conversation. The air was filled with warmth, not just from the coffee, but from the genuine joy of being together. This, I realized, was the true purpose of the ceremony, bringing people closer, creating a space where everyone felt at home. Language barriers faded into the background. Smiles, laughter, and simple gestures spoke volumes. Even when words failed, the twinkle in someone's eye or a shared chuckle bridged any gap. Elders shared stories from their youth, their voices weaving tales of tradition and wisdom. Children listened wide-eyed, soaking in every word, and everyone, young and old, felt included in the circle. The ceremony created a space where every voice mattered, where laughter and thoughtful silences mingled, and where community bonds grew stronger with every cup passed from hand to hand. An elder told me, through a translator, that no important decision is made without coffee. Marriages, business, even disputes. The coffee ceremony, he explained, is where hearts open and minds meet. Coffee, he said, helps us find peace. It's more than a drink. It's a way to pause, reflect, and reconnect with ourselves and each other. This wasn't just a ritual. It was a tool for harmony, a gentle reminder that togetherness can heal and unite. I felt immense gratitude for being welcomed so warmly, treated not as an outsider, but as a friend and honored guest. The hospitality was genuine, not a performance for visitors, but a heartfelt tradition that made everyone feel valued. Despite our differences in language, culture, or background, we were united by the simple act of sharing coffee side by side. It was a powerful reminder of our shared humanity, of the connections that bind us all, no matter where we come from. The feeling in that room was pure love and connection, a sense of belonging that lingered long after the last cup was poured. It's a memory I'll cherish forever, a beautiful lesson in the power of community, kindness, and the simple joy of sharing a cup of coffee. The Ethiopian coffee ceremony is more than making a drink. It's the soul of the culture. Buna dabo now, coffee is our bread, captures its importance. Coffee nourishes body and spirit, binding communities together. Every element from fresh grasses to incense is rich with meaning. The 3 rounds, Abol, Tona, Baraka, symbolize a journey of spirit and togetherness. Hospitality is central. To be invited for coffee is a sign of deep respect. Refusing is more than declining a drink. It's refusing a connection. Preparing coffee is an act of generosity and welcome. In a fast-paced world, this tradition reminds us to slow down and truly connect. Sharing coffee becomes a powerful ritual of community and friendship. The best moments in life are those we share. The world's love affair with coffee began here, in Ethiopia. Legend tells of Kaldi, the goat herder, whose dancing goats led to the discovery of coffee's magic. Monks roasted the beans, brewed the first cup, and found energy for prayer. From Ethiopia, coffee spread to Arabia, Turkey, Europe, and the Americas. Every cafe owes its existence to these highlands. Ethiopia's coffee remains unique, with thousands of heirloom varieties found nowhere else. Drinking Ethiopian coffee is tasting history, a direct link to the origin of a global phenomenon. Each cup connects us to centuries of tradition and community. My journey to Sidama was a lesson in slowing down and savoring connection. The coffee ceremony taught me that true joy comes from sharing simple moments. The warmth I felt was deeper than any caffeine buzz. It was the warmth of human connection. Next time you drink coffee, remember its journey and the love behind it. Let it inspire you to create your own moments of connection. I hope this story brings you joy and curiosity about the world. If you'd like to join me for more adventures, please subscribe. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Until next time, friends.